Now, this is very important for me at this point of time to ask you. Now, we are humans, of course.
Yeah.
So there is an understanding amongst people, like when there is a human touch, and it would help in the overall, in a healthy manner, for the overall development of the child.
Yeah.
Now, if we rob the child of that for whatever purpose, is it going to harm the baby in any way?
Yeah.
Especially allergies that comes on long-term feeding with supplements?
Yeah. So now the topic, now I think this whole question is about why not formula? Why are we stressing upon exclusivity of breastfeeding?
Yeah.
What we need to understand, at least in India, all the infant formulas are made from cow's milk.
Right.
The source is bovine.
Yes.
Whatever said and done, it is not human source of protein.
Correct.
It's an animal source of protein. So now, when we did study, when we as in IBCLC and WHO, when we did studies, they have seen that the cases of allergies are very high in a baby who's had exclusive formula, also in combined.
Right.
Combined as in babies who've received both mother's milk and infant formulas.
Right.
Even in those babies, they have noticed that the respiratory, gut, skin allergies are higher. So the cases of allergies are higher.
Yes.
In formula-fed babies. Infection rates are higher, especially in the beginning years. Okay?
Yes.
But the allergies are for life. But we are not going to see the immediate result then and there.
Absolutely.
We are going to see changes when the baby becomes an adult.
Correct.
Probably in that baby, the type 2 diabetes chances are much higher.
Right.
Because these high protein solids that we give, or cow's milk, people who feed cow's milk, it stimulates insulin-like growth factor.
Right.
From the beginning, early years, which turn into type 2 diabetes later on in life. Also, the bond between the mother and the baby that comes with direct feeding, we are not going to see that, when you feed your baby, and now I have fed both my babies, when I tell them something, they do listen to me.
Yes.
Because a mother always knows what's best for the baby, right? So the scope for correction, now I tell something, they're listening to me.
Absolutely.
It becomes easy for me because that bond is there.
The intimacy.
And if I'm in pain, they feel the pain. That bond is there. But that is lacking in, babies who've not had direct breastfeeding, who've been bottle fed.
Exactly.
That mother-baby bond probably is a much different bond. There might be exceptions, but overall we see a better bond when a mother feeds directly.
Yes, it's as good as saying nature knows best.
Yes.
So basically it is not just an act.
Not just an act.
It's part of life itself.
Yes. Colostrum milk that a mother lactates in the first 3 days, it has about 40 anti-tumor agents.
Wow.
40 cancer-preventing agents in it, which is not there in formula.
And also, nowadays, I hear about milk banks.
Yeah.
Now, what is your view on this? Because you come from the specialized area.
Yeah.
There are certain traditionalists who believe, well, human milk is obviously much better and preferred compared to animal.
Yes.
That is bovine, that's cow.
Yeah.
But we don't know who is the mother. So there are some who feel, well, that's not for me.
Yeah, I know.
What would you like to say in this context?
So this concept came probably to India in the last 10 years. We've had a lot of milk banks, and now government is doing a wonderful job in opening up milk bank centers in every state at least. So now here, whenever a formula requirement comes to a pediatrician. Now there is a very low birth weight baby in an ICU who is ready for tube feeding.
Yes.
And the mother is not able to, lactate enough.
Yes.
Until she lactates, now I need something, right?
Correct.
So instead of using formula, we can use a donor milk.
Yes.
And these donor milk, they are screened for all the diseases, for communicable diseases like HIV, HPSAG, and everything, So it is very safe.
Yes.
Because there are guidelines. You can't just go donate your milk and it will be fed.
Yes.
They go through a lot of screening process.
It's a process.
A lot of testing. And there is a method to store it.
Yes.
and it's all done in a very hygienic way.
Yes.
They maintain asepsis. So it is very safe. So any day it is better than using infant formulas whenever there is a indication for a top-up milk.
Right.
Until the mother is able to lactate. A lot of times we see that a preterm baby, when given infant formulas, they go in for something called as NEC. It's
Yes.
called as necrotizing enterocolitis. So just by a formula, because the gut is still immature,
Right.
it's unable to
Right.
digest the cow's bovine source of formula.
Yes.
They go in for NEC and we lose babies. So in those babies, this has done wonders.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's really good to know.
Yeah.
Because among the viewers, obviously, there will be many myths versus reality, myths versus facts.
Yeah.
And my next question is based on that. Like, now, since we are in Mysore, is there a rural approach to diet and nutrition?
In Mysore, I think we are seeing combined a rural and urban approach.
Yes.
What I've seen in the last 10 years. We do see a lot of traditional approach also and a
Yes.
lot of modern approach also. I don't say this is wrong, that is wrong.
Yes.
A lot of traditional approaches are beautiful,
Yes.
if you ask me.
For example?
For example, I feel Barn and Tana, what they do
Yes.
in India,
Yeah, yeah.
especially in South India, where a mother who has just delivered, she
Yes.
comes to the mother's house, and the first 45 days, she's pampered, she's given a lot of laddus,
Yes.
dry fruit laddus.
Yeah.
They make sure all 3 meals has a lot of,
Correct.
leafy vegetables, that suppu, this suppu. Basically, I feel when a mother is pampered, she's
Yes.
very happy because already it's a very stressful time, the first
Yes.
45 days.
Absolutely.
And the joint family,
Yes.
lot of attention, lot of support from everybody.
Yes.
She's happy. Her cortisol levels are
Yes.
low. Her lactation is excellent when she's happy.
Correct.
So this is a very beautiful thing that we don't see a lot in the Western
Yes.
world.
Yes,
So I say
absolutely.
that's a beautiful thing. Modern approaches are good too.
Yeah.
But then irrational traditional approaches and modern approaches are what we are trying to, bring it
Yes.
down, educate the mother, know that this is a myth, this is not a fact.
Yes.
Because a lot of myths in India. And
Plenty.
I think plenty.
Yes.
So I don't know, we might require about 50 to 100 years is what I'm thinking.
If we are lucky.
Yeah, if you're lucky for people to come out of this.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Good, good. Now, this takes me to the next question.
Yes.
I'm sure there are thousands of people who are waiting to listen to this answer for this question about myths versus facts on increasing lactation.
Yeah.
Would you like to share about it?
Yeah, so when it comes to myths, I think I can go on for a week,
yes, of
2
course,
weeks,
of
1 month, because it's our day-to-day practice,
Yes.
what questions we hear, and then we wonder from where is this coming, who's told this to them.
What are the common myths that
Commonest
you have
myth
come
is
across?
that, lactating mother is not given enough water because they think it dilutes the breast milk.
I see.
So the mother, imagine in a peak summer here,
Yes.
if the mother is not given water, she's dehydrated. Already they perspire a lot
course,
when they're
of course.
lactating. The perspiration is 10 times more than your regular self, right?
Right.
And water is not given. She's dehydrated, she's exhausted. They come
Yes.
to us saying, so it's a myth. Why a myth? Because our gastrointestinal system is different. Our mammary gland is
Different.
In fact, a lactating mother should drink at least 3 liters of water per day. Minimum
I
3
see.
to 5 liters of water per day.
Right,
Because
right.
if she is hydrated, the volume of milk is much better. She
Right,
lactates
right,
even
right.
better. And there is no concept of diluting the milk. The milk
Yes.
doesn't get diluted.
Yes.
As I told you, the two systems are different.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And any myth versus reality as far as increasing lactation?
Yeah. Now the myth is you eat this, your milk will increase.
Yes.
So a lot of them tell sapsige soppu you eat and your milk will increase.
I see.
Sapsige is dill leaves.
Yes.
You eat
Yes.
that and your milk will increase. You eat fenugreek seeds, your milk will increase.
Right,
You eat
right.
this. So now when IBCLC, whatever I talk is study based. It's not my opinion.
Of course.
So when IBCLC is International Board of Certified
Yes.
Lactation, when we did study, they could not establish a consistent result in all
Yes.
these mothers. A mother, group of mothers were given dill leaves.
Yes.
One mother lactated well, but not the other mother.
Right. Right.
So same thing, food group did not establish similar lactation or
Yes.
a hike in lactation.
Correct.
So what is it? Ultimately, it is not the food that we take.
Right.
Even a snowbound mother who was stuck in a car in snowy areas,
Yes.
say she was, these are real cases that
Right,
IBCLC
right.
have reported. She was stuck in the car with her 2 kids for 2 days, 3 days in a snowy region. She did not have food for herself,
Yes.
very bare minimum water, what was present in the car.
Yes.
She still lactated enough to feed both the babies.
Right.
The older one she had to keep alive.
Right.
The younger one too. In fact, she lactated more without food. Why is that? Because now that both babies were drinking,
Yes.
there is something called as fourth intercostal nerve that takes signal to the
Yes.
brain, pituitary gland.
Yes.
Now your brain will understand that suddenly the demand has increased
Correct.
because both babies are drinking. So that
Yes.
is when your brain produces more lactation hormones, which is
Right.
oxytocin and prolactin. So she lactated more.
Yes.
So what is it ultimately? It is not the food we eat,
Yes.
not the water we drink.
Yeah.
It is a nerve stimulation.
Yes.
So the only way, coming to the fact here is to improve your milk,
Yeah.
there should be frequent breast emptying. That's
Yes.
it. That's about it.
Yes.
You give a 4 hours gap, your milk will reduce.
Right. Right.
Why the gap? Formula.
Talking about pediatrics
Yeah.
per se,
Yeah.
Any advice you'd like to give the first-time mothers on care of the newborn child, male or female?
You're talking about the first 1 week?
Yes.
First 1 week?
Yes,
or
that's
first-
crucial, right?
Crucial, yeah. I think the first hour after you deliver is called as golden hour.
Yeah.
That is very important. You have to feed your baby within as soon as possible,
Right.
not even within 1 hour.
Right.
Feed you whether it is a C-section, whether it is a normal delivery, doesn't
Yes.
matter.
Yes.
The baby will be brought to the mother. In fact, once the baby is extracted, it has to be put on the mother's chest.
Right.
And the baby has to crawl by itself and
Yes.
latch onto the breast. That is actually how it's supposed
That's
to
a
be.
natural way.
Natural thing. So golden hour, please practice golden hour. Don't wait for 2 hours, 3 hours. Let me settle down, then I'll feed. No,
Right,
that is when everything happens.
Ah.
The first hour, the babies are very active.
Right.
If you don't feed then,
Yes.
the second and third hour onwards, they go in for a deep sleep for next 6 to 8 hours.
Right.
They will not feed well.
Aha.
So this is how the golden hour thing is very important.
Yes.
So that thing, rooming in,
Yes.
be close to your baby. There is no concept of even cradle, cot, and cribs. The baby and the mother are one unit. We call it as a mother-baby dyad.
Right. Right.
So they are one unit. Once you deliver, you're one.
Yes.
So always the baby has to be on the mother's chest,
Yes.
as close to as possible to the mother. That
Yes.
warmth, everything. It even regulates their cardiorespiratory system.
Correct.
A tachycardia baby, the heartbeat can come to normal.
Yes.
The moment it's
Yes.
with the baby. So kangaroo mother care is what we
Yes.
call it. So
Yes.
golden hour, rooming in,
Yes.
kangaroo mother care. Okay.
Yes.
And concentrate on feeding, staying happy, eating good food.
Yeah.
Do not get carried away. You will get 101 free advices.
Yes.
Okay.
Certainly.
So do not get carried away. Talk to your pediatrician before taking any hasty decisions.
Yes. That's where the term mother's touch
Yes.
comes from, I believe,
Yeah.
right from the moment.
Yes.
Wonderful, Dr. Amrita. Of course, there are so many things that we can explore, and probably in the coming sessions, we will be doing that.
Yes.
Because this is a vast field.
It is.
And as you rightly said, there are so many myths. Every region and every community has its own word of mouth, we can call it myths. But it's so nice to hear that tradition has already brought things in place,
Yes.
like comfort of the mother, care of the mother. It's not only the physical environment,
Yes.
but also emotional environment that is created, which tradition has already brought into place. And thank you very much for speaking about
Thank you.
the necessities and the myths and the facts and how we can approach. And rightfully you said, and thank God for the milk banks.
Yes.
Yes, in Mysore, is it available?
It is. The Mysore Medical College,
Yes.
they have a milk bank,
Right.
which was started probably 2 or 3 years ago.
Because our viewers would love to know about it.
Yes.
Of course.
But it is not open for public, as in
I see.
it is the milk bank milk is used for the babies who are delivered there.
Ah,
As in, it is not a commercial thing that babies born elsewhere can,
Right.
the parents can get an access.
yes.
So we also need a private sectors coming up for milk banks, because government is
Yes.
doing a wonderful job. But for our population, I think that's not
Yeah,
enough.
yes,
We need
absolutely.
more and more.
You're right.
I think more or less, probably in the next 5 years, we are hoping to have more and more milk banks
Yes.
in India, in South India, and Mysore. That's the need of the hour, I think.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. You rightly brought the topic, and of course, the general public also know about it
Yes.
now, and they're much more aware of it. And we are looking forward for such wonderful things to come into practice. Well, thank you very much for accepting our invitation.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. It's been my pleasure talking to you. It was a nice discussion, and I hope I've helped the viewers and audience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. A lot of clarity. Trust me, a lot of clarity. And thank you once again. It's
Thank
a privilege.
you. Thank you so much.
And here it is, another ending of a wonderful interaction with Dr. Amruta. Of course, we'll be back with more. I'm sure you have a lot of questions to ask. If so, please write it in the comment. Until we meet again, take care and God bless.